Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, your Royal Highnesses, your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to RM Sotheby's auction of remarkable motor cars here in Abu Dhabi at the beautiful surroundings of the St. Regis Hotel. On behalf of RM Sotheby's, we'd like to thank His Excellency Ahmed Yassim Al-Zabi, His Excellency Badr Al-Olama, and the Abu Dhabi Investment Office for their support for this magnificent Collectors Week.
Welcome everybody. My name is Peter Haynes. I work for RM Sotheby's. Welcome to this live stream here in Abu Dhabi for what is really a unique occasion. We are doing our first ever auction in Abu Dhabi, and this is of course part of Collectors Week. So some of you may have been online watching our friends at Sotheby's selling some beautiful gems, jewellery, watches, handbags, all sorts of items, and they've had a fantastic sale. Now it's time for the cars. We've got quite a show on here, quite unusually for us in Europe and in this region. We've got an exciting sale where all of the cars, or most of them at least, are going to be driven over the block. Just to one side of me, there's a big line of cars which will, one by one, as they're sold, they will be passing over the block. They'll be stopping just behind my shoulders at the far side by Sholto Gilbertson, our auctioneer. And then as each car sells, it will be driven off the block and the next car will come on. We've got some incredible cars, some real highlights. We've got a McLaren F1 road car, of course, and we also have an incredible offering from McLaren Racing, what we're calling the Triple Crown. And what McLaren are doing is offering 3 yet-to-be-built race cars, a WEC hypercar sports car, a World Endurance Championship, a car that will be driven at Le Mans. You have the opportunity to buy that. That car will be competing in 2027. At the end of the 2027, you can take delivery of it. Similarly for an Indy car that will be raced in 2026, and also a Formula One car, a 2026 Formula One car. Of course, there's a big regulation change for Formula One. Nobody knows what the car is going to look like, but this evening you have the opportunity to bid for and buy a Formula One car for next season. You get to choose whether that's a Lando Norris car or an Oscar Piastri car. You can watch your car race next season, and at the end of that season you will eventually take delivery of that car, and it comes with all 3 of those McLaren lots come with an enormous range of benefits. You become a part of the McLaren family, you become a McLaren VIP. There's all sorts of other things that you're buying into, as well as the car itself. And of course, if you want to drive the car, if you want to drive your 2026 season Formula One car, McLaren will help you do that. Really unique offering. Nothing like that has ever been offered at auction before. I'm just going to be on and off your screen. I hope I don't get in your way too much. Apologies if I do. Sholto behind us is currently reading some terms and conditions that our bidders have to be aware of before the auction begins. So please stay tuned. We've got an auction that is likely to last about an hour and a half, perhaps an hour and 45. There's going to be lots and lots of action. So please stay with us, enjoy it. And I'll be back with you from time to time just to give you a bit of an update on what's going on. So thank you very much for joining us. Thank you to our colleagues at Sotheby's, and of course the Abu Dhabi Investment Office, who have made this Collectors Week sale possible. Thank you to everyone, and I'll be back soon. Thank you.
In the car department. And without further ado, We will begin with lot 401. Where is she? Here she comes. Well, here we are. This is the 2016 Aston Martin Vantage GT12. Telephones coming in, as you'd expect, from the limited production of just 100 Motorsport Vantage GT12s. Q by Aston Martin Graphics Pack. Only 373 kilometers on the odometer. And where shall we start? Do we have $100,000 anywhere? $100,000 anywhere? 100,000, thank you, sir. I have your bid. 100,000, thank you. JP, good bid spotting. 100,000. Any more bids now? 100,000, maiden bid. 120, sir. Against you here, 150. 150. Bids over here seated. 180. 200. Where's the bid? 220. 220. There's two of you on it. 220 here. Try another, sir. Try 240. You sure? You sure? Well, at 220, I'll take a 10 if it helps you. Don't lose it for 10. Try 10. You sure? Well, at $220,000 here on the aisle. Any more bids? At $220,000. Fair warning now. At $220,000. $240,000. You owned it for a moment, sir. At $240,000. Try another, sir. Try another, sir. One more. One more for the road, sir. 240,000. You sure? Try one more. You going to miss it? Try 250. 250, sir. Well, we're at 240. At 240,000. Fair warning to you now, sir. At 240,000. Are we done? At 200. I've got that's with you, Dwayne. Don't bid against yourself. 240,000. Are we done now? You sure? You're going to miss it. Gavel's up. You're out. 240,000. Thank you. Dwayne's bid. Paddle number, Dwayne. Thank you. You'll get used to it. 2057. And well, moving on. Here we are, lot 402, the 1986 Ferrari Testarossa Monospecchio. Monospecchio is the driver's side single mirror design here. Delivered new to France. And here she is, the Testarossa. Telephone's coming in. Where should we start? Where should we start? Do we have 100,000 online bid? 100,000. Thank you, Jack. 100,000. Any more bids? Maiden bid. 120. I've seen gentleman with the hat at 120. I've got you, sir. At 120. Any more now? Any more? 120. Who's bidding? 140? 130. Why not? 130 now. 130,000. 130,000. Fair warning. 135? 135, sir. But 135. Yes, come on, my boy. 140. They're all at it now. At 140,000. Any more bids? At 140. Try another 5, sir. Try another 5. Yes? 145,000. 145? No, I'll go back to the 140. I'll go back to the 140. Not you, sir. Where's the bid at the back? Got your paddle, sir? 145 standing at the back now. I've got 145. 155. I have 145 standing. Are you sure? I have your bid standing. At 100. 150, Kathy, now. $150,000. Any more bids now? At 150,000. Try another, sir. Try another, sir. At $150,000. Well, new bidder on the aisle. Thank you. 155. 155. Are we done? Telephones, what are we doing? It's on the aisle. 155. Are we done? 1 second. At 155. Well done, Kathy. Working hard on the phones. 160,000 against you now, so on the aisle. At 165. 165. Man of taste on the aisle here. At 165. At 165. Kathy, we have to speed you along. At $170,000 here. At 170. Well, at 170, sir, try one more, but you will miss it. At 170, last chance to you now, sir. You're saying no. Thank you for your bids. Thank you so much. I know you have it for later. At $170,000, the car is almost sold. 175, new bidder. Sir, did you do that on purpose? At 175,000. Kathy against you. We're going to have some fun, aren't we, sir? At 175. At 100, 180. 180,000. Try another. It's against you. It's over on the phone. It's against you, sir. Try one. 185. 185,000. At 185,000 here in Abu Dhabi. At 185, Kathy. 190,000. 190,000. Try one more, sir. Well, thank you again. Thank you here. Thank you on the aisle. At 190,000, I will call it this time. At 190,000, the car is sold. 190,000.
Right, so we're underway, and the Testarossa Montespecchio, that's just sold really well. We've obviously got a very high percentage of the lots are Ferraris, not unusual for us. Next car, the 2011 599 GTO. Not many Ferraris in history have ever carried the GTO Nocturne. Very, very special car. It's a UAE delivered car. It's beautiful in Bianco Avis. We've got quite a large number of white Ferraris, which is a very, very unusual colour. But we've got a beautiful collection of them that have come in for the sale. So let's see how this does, and I will be back shortly.
Any more bids now? 600 online. 600 online, sir. 700. Thank you. I've got your bid standing in the white shirt at 700,000. At 700,000. Any more bids? At 700,000. At 700,000. Dwayne, it's against you on the phone. I'm holding your bid, sir. I'm holding your bid. At 700,000. Any more bids now? Any more bids? At 700,000. I do have your bid here. At 700, Dwayne, what are we doing? 750 would be next. 750 would be next. 750 would be next. We're at 700. I'm holding your bid. At 700 now. What are we doing? At $700,000. At $700,000. What are we doing, Dwayne? Yes or no? He's saying no. Well, at $700,000. Are we? New bidder, 750. Thank you, sir. 750. Try another at 750. Try one more, sir. Try one more. We're at 750 on my left. Try another at 750 on my left, sir. Thank you. At 750. 800. 780. 780,000 at 780,000 with you, Dwayne. At 780,000 GD at 780,000. At 780 with Dwayne on the telephone. Harvey, you on the phone on this one at 780,000. At 780, we're holding the bid. It's with Dwayne. You're out here. Any more bids in the room? At 780,000 on the telephone. 780,000 at 780. Are we done? Are we done at 700? 800,000. Thank you, sir. At 800,000. At 800,000. At 800,000. At 800. At 800,000. Try one more. Try one more. At 800,000. Well, at 800,000. At 800 is against you, Dwayne. I will take 820. Thank you. 820,000 against you now, sir. Over here. Would you like 840? We're at 820. At 820, the car's on sale. Make no mistake. At $820,000. Fair warning. At $820,000, the car is on sale. Ian, you fancy? You already got one, probably. 820,000. Are we done? At 820,000, I will sell. I'll take a small one anywhere. but we're at $820,000. The car is sold. 820,000. 2051. Moving on, lot 404, the 2006 Ford GT this time, and a US market GT, and it comes with the deluxe Marty report. Remarkably, ladies and gentlemen, remarkable, only 111 kilometers from new. Just a little bit of just an addendum. We do have to read them out. We do have to read them. Please note this lot has entered the UAE on a temporary import bond, which must be cancelled either by exporting the lot outside of the UAE on approved bill of lading, with supporting customs documentation, or by paying the applicable VAT and import duties to have the lot remain in the UAE. Please also note this lot will return to Kuwait immediately following the sale in order to conclude the local deregistration formalities. As such, there will be a delay to the successful bidder being able to arrange collection of the lot from our local store. Well, what should we say, ladies and gentlemen? 200,000 anyway? 200,000. Thank you. Well, two bids. 200 I've taken standing. 220. 250. I'll come back to you, Jack. At 250. 280 standing. Standing. 280. Sorry? 300 with our president. 320 with Jack. There's 5, 6 of you on it. 320. 350. 350 seated in the blue. 380 I've taken standing at 380. You coming back? I've got 380 standing. 111 kilometers from new. 380 standing here with Duccio. Duccio, your bidder. 380,000. Any more bids at 380,000? Where's the bid? Seated. 400 now. 400,000. 420,000. 440,000. 460's next. 460 would be next. 460. 460. 480. We'll keep it in 20s. 480 now. At 480,000. Are we done? Where's the bid? Seated again. $500,000 now. At 500,000. We'll keep it in 20s, ladies and gentlemen. 520 now. Thank you, sir. You've been with me right from the beginning. At 520. Try another seated. You sure? Well, thank you for your bids. Thank you very much. At 520, I've got the bid standing against you here, against you on the deck, at the desk. At 520, I will call the car. At $520,000, it's holding your bid at the moment, sir. At $520,000, the car is 540.
So here we are again. I've just come in live because I thought the hammer was about to come down on the Ford GT. It's still going, but currently at $540,000. So it's doing extremely well against estimate. I will let you enjoy the rest of this lot. I will come back. The next lot has been withdrawn. So the next lot that is going to be selling is lot 406, and that is the Porsche 911 reimagined by Singer.
Thank you for your bids. At 540, the car is sold.
Okay, the gavel's come down. $540,000. So, as I say, the next lot's been withdrawn. So now we're moving on to the 1991 Singer 911, reimagined by Singer. It is what is known as the Abu Dhabi Commission. So this was commissioned by a local client here in Abu Dhabi. It's now offered for sale. It's a beautiful car, an absolutely stunning colour, delicate blue paintwork over a saddle sand interior. The interior was over $207,000. It really is a beautifully specified car. So let's see how this one does.
Singers are becoming incredibly collectible in the car collecting fraternity. Here she is, the Abu Dhabi Commission. And what shall we say? Telephones being connected as we speak. And what should we say? Do we have 600,000 anyway? 600,000. 600,000. Thank you, sir. 600 I've taken. Maiden bid. 600 now. 600. Any more?
700.
700 online. 700. Try another one, sir. Try another one. 700. At 700. What are we saying? At 700,000, I've got the online bid. At 700. 750 with Harvey Stanley, Director of Private Sales. 800 with Jack Little. Private sales, all the directors. Here we go. 800. Any more now? At 800,000. $800,000. $850,000. It's all on the telephone desk at $850,000. $900,000. Thank you, Jack. At $900,000. Any more bids? Any more bids for the singer, the Abu Dhabi Commission? We're at $900,000. Any more bids? Thank you, Jack. I'm holding your bid at 900,000. 920. 920,000. At 920,000. At 920 with Duccio. At 920,000. At 920. At 920. At 920. That's the bid. That's the bid. Are you sure? At 920,000. At 920. 920. 920,000 now. I'm holding Duccio's bid at 920,000. Small one? He said 940,000 at the back, the far right. At 940,000 against you, Duccio now. At 940,000. Any more? 950. We have to do the best for the seller at 950,000. That's it. At 950 against you now, sir. At 950. Same courtesy to you, sir. I will keep it in tens if it helps you. But at 950,000. Try another, sir. Try another at 950. At 950,000. What are we doing, Nick? Are you absolutely sure? You'll miss it. You will miss it. At 950,000. At 950,000. At 950. What do we do at $950,000? Any more bids? You should try another, sir. You happy with? You're saying no. You're saying no over here. It's at 950. Last chance, Nick, at 950. You're saying no here. It's with Duccio's bidder at 950. You're saying no. Well, at 950, Duccio has it. You're saying no over here at 950,000. The car is on sale at 950,000. And Duccio sold 950,000. 2048. 2048. Well, moving on, moving on. Lot 407, the Ferrari SA Aperta this time. Multiple telephones coming in. One of only 80 examples built for the 80th anniversary of Pininfarina, the great coach builder. Delivered new to the United Arab Emirates and only 3,950 kilometers at the time of cataloguing. She really is magnificent. Here, the SA Aperta. And what should we say? 800,000 anywhere? 800,000 anywhere. 800. I need some light, ladies and gentlemen. I can't see the crowd. At 800,000 anywhere. Thank you. Gord. 800,000. Tech team, can we put some lights on the audience, please? At $800,000. At 800,000. Thank you, guys at the back. 800,000. Any more bids? At 800 telephones. Are we coming in? 900. I have an absentee at 900 now. At 900,000 with the absentee. Any more bids? 1 million. Thank you, sir. 1 million of the front row at $1 million. 1.1 with Gord at 1.1. Try another, sir. 1.15. Why not? We're going the right direction. 1.15. Any more? 1.2. Against you now. 1.25. Keep it in 50s for you, sir. Try one more. Try one more. A 1.2 with Gord Duff, our president, at 1.2, 1.25, front row now, 1.25 million, $1.25 million here in Abu Dhabi at 1.25 million. Telephones, what are we doing? Are we all connected? At 1.25 million. I will take 1.28. 1.3 would be next, sir. 1.3 would be next, sir. At 1.28 with Mark Donaldson on the phone. at 1.28 now. Try one more, sir. Try one more. Yes, 1.3. Thank you, sir. 1.3 million at 1.3 million. At 1.3 million. Thank you very much. At 1.3. I'm holding your bid against the telephone here. 1.3 million. At 1.3 million. Try one more. 1.3 and 20 now. At 1.3 and 20. Well, keep it in 20s for you, sir. Keep it in 20s. 1.3 and 40 would be next. Try another 20. Don't lose it for 20, sir. 1.3 and 20. Try 1.3 and 40. Try one more. 1.3 and 40, is that a yes? Yes, sir. Why not? 1.3. Yep. Look at me, sir. At 1.3 and 20. At 1.3 and 20. Yes? Are we bidding, sir? He's working it out. He's getting the calculator out. Thank you, Anders. We need a bid. At 1.3 and 20. 1.3 and 40. New bidder. New bidder, Mark. 1.3 and 40. I'll keep it in 20s for you. 1.3 and 40. 1.3 and 40. Why not? 1.3 and 50. 1.3 and 50. Now against you, sir. 1.3 and 50. Next to Mr. Haynes at 1.3 and 50. 1.3 and 60. 1.3 and 60. 1.3 and 60. Try one more. We'll keep it in 10s. At 1.3 and 60. 1.37. At 1.37. At 1.37. Against your bidder there, Mr. Haynes, at 1.37. At 1.37. At 1.37. At 1.37. Holding your bid, Mark. Peter, what's your man doing at 1.37? At 1.37 million now. I'm holding the bid. Holding the bid. At 1.37 million now. Telephone's connecting. 1.37 million. Peter's, he's saying yes, Peter. 1.38 million now. Thank you, Mr. Haynes. At 1.38 million. We'll keep it. If they're going to be small, they've got to be quick. At 1.38 million. Try one more, Mr. Donaldson. Try one more. Try one more. At 1.38 million now. Come along. 1.39. At 1.39 million now. Against you, Peter. At 1.39 million. At 1.39. At 1.39. Holding Mark's bid. Holding the bid. At 1.39. At 1.39. Peter, he's saying no at the back. Thank you, Mr. Haynes. At 1.39. The car's on sale. We're selling the car at 1.39 million. Here with Mark Donaldson at 1.39. Make no mistake. Make no mistake on the front row. At 1.39 million, the car is on sale. At 1.39 million. Mark, your car, 1.39 million. Well done. Paddle number 2049.
Okay, well, so far so good. Everything's going pretty well. We've now got a 2010 Bugatti Veyron Nocturne. There were only 5 of these made. They were all built for the UAE market. This car has only done just over 4,000 kilometers. It's a beautiful car, lots of polished aluminium and black. It's a really, really beautiful car. The estimate on this is $1.975 to $2.5 million. So let's see how this goes. I mean, No auction is complete without a Veyron these days. Absolute, bona fide, classic hypercar of the modern era. It's a model that everybody wants in their collection. Let's see how this does.
$1 million anywhere. $1 million. Where's the bid? $1 million. Thank you. Million straight in. Why not? $1 million I have. $1 million now. 1 million. What? 1.1. There's two of you on it now. 1.1 million. At 1.1 million. Two of you here. 1.1. 1.2. At 1.2 now. At 1.2 here. Try another. Try another, sir. 1.3 now. At 1.3. What are the telephones doing? Against you here. Bid on the right. At 1.3 million. 1.4 million. Telephones are in now. At 1.4. 1.5. You're back, sir. I did see you looking at it earlier. At 1.5. 1.6 now. 1.6 million. Try another, sir. 1.6. 1.7 million. At 1.7 million. At 1.7 million now. At 1.7. Any more bids at 1.7? I'm holding your bid on my right. 1.8 million. At $1.8 million. Thank you, Mark. At $1.8 million. Try another, sir. 1.8. Try another. Try 50, sir. Try 50. It's only a number. It's not a barrier. 1.85. He fancied the 50. At 1.85 million now. At 1.85 million. At 1.85. Holding the bid. Thank you very much. At 1.85. Any more bids for the Veyron, for the Nocturne at 1.85 million? Fair warning now. At one point, you're saying no. At 1.85 on my right. Any more bids at 1.85 million? Fair warning at 1.85. At 1.85, we'll try another small one anywhere if it helps. 1.89, sorry, 1.9 million now. At 1.9 against you here, against you on the phones. At $1.9 million. Are we done? At 1.9. Fair warning now at 1.9. Thank you. 1.9.
So we're back with the Ferraris now. Next up is a 2022 Monza SP2. Of course, the SP2 being the two-seat variant of the SP1. If you want wind in your hair, this is the car for you. No windscreen, absolutely stunning sort of styling that harks back to the fabulous barchettas of the 1950s and the early 1960s. This car has only 812 kilometers. It's barely been used. Stunning color combination. It's an absolute modern classic. So the estimate on this is $2.25 to $2.75 million. If you spend that money, you get the car, but of course you get matching crash helmets as well, because if you're driving this, you may well want the crash helmets. A lot of performance, and you might lose a little bit of hair at top speed without the crash helmet on. Fabulous car. Let's see how it does.
As such, there will be a delay to the successful bidder being able to arrange collection of the lot from our local storage. Telephones all connected. Thank you. Well done, team. And what should we say? What should we say? 1.5. Thank you, Cyrus. You're getting us going. You're brave. 1.5. 1.6. 1.6. $2 million. Thank you, seated at $2 million. You're trying to scare them away, sir. Has it worked? Has it worked? At $2 million. Thank you, sir. At $2 million. At $2 million. Any more bids at $2 million? Online bidders, I think if he has scared you all away at $2 million. Thank you, sir. I have your bid at $2 million. At $2 million. Any more bids at $2 million? I'm holding your bid, sir. You own it for a moment at $2 million. Any more bids at $2 million? at 2 million. 2.1 with Dwayne now. 2.1 million. You almost had it, sir. 2.1. 2.1 million. Try one more, sir. Try one more. 2.2 million now. At 2.2 million. At 2.2 million. Here, seated. I have your bid, sir. At 2.2 million now. At 2.2 million. What are we doing, Dwayne? We have 2.2 million seated here. Maiden bidder at 2.2 million. Thank you, Dwayne. At 2.2. I'm holding your bid, sir. At 2.2. Oh, there goes the fan. At 2.2 million. Sorry about that. At 2.2 million. Try 50, Dwayne. Try 50. Thank you, guys. At $2.2 million. Come along. Come along. 2.25.
2.25.
2.25 online. 2.25 million. The car's on sale, make no mistake. Try another 50, sir. Try 2.3, sir. Try 2.3, sir. At 2.25 million. At 2.25. You will miss it. At 2.25 here now. At 2.25, try another 50, sir. Try 2.3. Take a long, hard look. You will miss it, sir. At $2.25 million. The car's on sale. Make no mistake. You will miss the car. Try another 50. I'm going to call it, sir. Last chance to you now. Last chance, sir. 2.25. Try 50 or you will miss it. Are we bidding? Yes or no? At 2.25. You will miss it, sir. Final warning. Fair warning. At 2.25. Yes or no? Quickly. At 2.25. The car is, you sure? Sold. 2.25 million.
So, £2.25 million for the SP2. Absolutely fantastic. Now, if a 4x4 isn't enough for you, you need a 6x6. And a 6x6 is not an easy car to find. But there is a car that will fit that bill, and it is, of course, the Mercedes G63 AMG G700 6x6. Absolutely incredible car. Perfect for the Middle East, really imposing, upgrades by Brabus. This car is an obsidian black, it's retrimmed with red Brabus fine leather interior, really imposing car, absolutely enormous, and these are incredibly popular cars out here, G-Wagons of all descriptions. There are only 100 of the 6x6s in existence, so these are rare, they're very, very hard to find. And now is the opportunity to buy one if it's what you want. Very, very imposing vehicle. So let's see how it does.
Genuinity. So what shall we say? Interest coming in, telephones coming in, and do we have $400,000 anywhere? $400,000 anywhere. Come along now, ladies and gentlemen. 400 online. Thank you, Cyrus. At 400 now. 400. Any more? 400. 400. Thank you. 450. At 450, 500, 500 now. Try another, sir. Try another. Looks good fun, doesn't it? At 500, try 550. We're at 500. Try 550. One more, sir. He who dares. At 500 now. At $500,000. New 550. New bidder now. 550. Thank you, sir. 600 now coming in. At 600,000 with Jack. At 600,000. Any more bids? At 600,000 on Jack's phone. At 600,000. Are we done? At $600,000. Fair warning. At $600,000 here. At 600,000. Any more bids? At 600,000. At 600,000. Any more bids? I'll take a small one if it helps. But we're at 600. I'll take 625 if it helps. at 600,000 with Jack. That's 600,000. Any more now? 625 would be next. At 600, at 625, 625,000. 625 against you now, Jack, at 625. At 625. At 625. Nick, are we bidding? At 625. Are we bidding, Nick? Are we bidding Jack at 625? Jack's out. Thank you for your bids. Nick's behind you, Gord, at 625. I need a yes or a no, Nick. At 625. Try a small one. What are we doing? At 625. Nick, clear instructions, please. Are we done? Come along. Are we done? At 625. I'll take another one. Nick, are you out? You're out at 625. Thank you. Pass that one. 625. Thank you, Nick. Moving on. Well, back to the Ferrari. Back to Ferrari. Lot 411. The 2014 Ferrari LaFerrari. One of only 499 stated examples built. Only 3,700 kilometers from new. New to Q8. Rosso Corsa over black. And recent service completed this year. Had a service in 2025. Again, please note, this lot has entered the UAE on a temporary import bond, which must be cancelled either by exporting the lot outside of the UAE on improved bill of lading, with supporting customs documentation, or by paying the applicable VAT and import duties to have the lot remain in the UAE. Please also note, this lot will return to Q8 immediately following the sale in order to conclude the local deregistration formalities. As such, there will be a delay to the successful bidder being able to arrange collection from our local store. Well, telephones coming in. And what should we say now? 1.6 million anywhere? Well, thank you. You're not messing around, are you, sir? 1.6 million. Any more bids? 1.2 million online. 2 million. Try 2.2. Where's the bid? 2.1. 2.1 now. 2.2. 2.2 behind you in the white. Would you like 2.3? 2.3. 2.3 million. Any more? 2.4 online. 2.5. There's 4 of you on it here. 2.5. With you, sir. I have your bid. $2.5 million. Any more bids? 2.5 million. 2.5 now. 2.5 million. Any more bids? 2.5. Seated at 2.5. 2.6. I've got you standing. 2.6. There's now 6 of you on it. 2.6. Try another, sir. LaFerrari. Try another. 2.7 online. 2.7 online bid. 2.8 now at 2.8 million. At 2.8 million. Any more? At $2.8 million here in Abu Dhabi. At $2.8 million. 2.9, Mr. Olsen, all the way from California. Thank you, Andrew. 2.9 million. At $2.9 million. Are we done? Are we done at $2.9 million? Any more bids at 2.9 million? At 2.9 million. Any more bids at 2.9 with you, Andrew, at 2.9 million? At 2.9. At 2.9 million, Andrew's bid at 2.9. Where's Duccio at 2.9? At 2.9 million. Andrew's bid at 2.9 million. Where is Duccio at 2.9? Thank you. At 2.9 million. At 2.9. Andrew's bid at 2.9. What are we doing? What are we doing? At 2.9 million. I'm holding your bid, Andrew. Any more bids? Any more bids, ladies and gentlemen? At 2.9 million. At 2.9 million. Holding Andrew's bid. Thank you, Mr. Olsen. 2.9 million. Holding Andrew's bid at 2.9. Any more bids at 2.9 million? 2.95. 2.95. I will take the smaller bid, but you've been with me. You're back in at 2.95. Against you, Andrew, at 2.95. At 2.95. At 2.95. You know what comes next, Andrew? At 2.95 million. At 2.95 million. $3 million here at Abu Dhabi. At $3 million. With Andrew against you here on the telephones at $3 million now. And what are we doing at $3 million? The car is on sale. Make no mistake, ladies and gentlemen. At $3 million, I will take a 50, but at $3 million, we're going for the first time. At $3 million, we are going for the second time. And at $3 million, here, RM Sotheby's in partnership with Abu Dhabi Collectors Week at $3 million, going for the third and final time. The car is sold. 3 million. 2062. Well, lot 412, the 2016 Ferrari F12 TDF this time. One of only 799 examples of the F12 TDF built between 2015 and 2017. Only 10,000 kilometers from new, or just over 10,000 kilometers. And addendum, please note again, we do have to call them out and apologize, but please note the lot has entered the UAE on a temporary import bond, which must be cancelled either by exporting the lot outside of the UAE on an improved bill of lading with supporting customs documentation, or by paying the applicable VAT in the UAE. Please also note this lot will return to Kuwait immediately following the sale in order to conclude the deregistration formalities. As there will be a delay, there will be a delay to the successful bidder being able to arrange collection of the lot from our local store. Telephones again connected. Thank you, Dwayne. Thank you, Harvey. And hang on, I haven't opened it yet, Dwayne. He's about to go. Don't even know what I'm going to say. So, shall we say 700? 700. Do we have 700 anyway? Sorry, 600. Dwayne, are we bidding 600? 600. There we go. We'll work as a team at 600,000. Any more bids? At 700? 650? 650 now on the aisle. 700. Thank you, sir. I have 650. You're 700. What's that? 750, sir. Well done. 750,000. Any more bids now? 700, 800. I've taken seated. 800, 850 at the back there. 850,000. There's 4 of you on it at 850,000. Cedric, can you just make sure you got eyes, please? At 850,000. Any more bids? 900 now. 900,000 at $900,000. Try another 50, sir. Try another 50. Cedric, have you got him? Go and have a word, please. At 900,000. Try another 50, sir. Try another 50. Are we bidding? We've got 900. We have 900. Any more bids at 900,000 with you? Sorry? 920 with Dwayne at 920,000. Any more bids at 920? 940 online. 940,000 now. At $940,000. At 940. Try 960, Dwayne. We're at 940. We're at 940,000. Try another. Is that a bid? No, that's the international language of hold on. $940,000. What do we do? 9 what? 950? Well, we've got all evening. 950,000 now. 950,000 at 950,000. Same courtesy to the online bidder. I have 950,000. Try 960 online at 950. What should we do at 950? At 950. 960. 960 now. Duccio, 960 online. 960 online. 960,000 online bid. Dwayne, what are we doing? At 960. If they're going to be small, they've got to be quick. Come along now. At 960,000. Thank you. 960,000. Dwayne, the car's on sale. The car is selling at $960,000. Make no mistake now. If you're bidding 10, they've got to be quicker than this. At 960, gavel's up. I'm not going to mess around any longer. At 970. At 970. Thank you. There we go. You've got to put a bit of pressure on these youngsters. 970,000. Any more bids at 970,000? Are we done at 970? At 970. Make no mistake, the car's on sale. Internet bidder back in Europe at 970. I will take 980, but we are selling the car to Dwayne's bidder. Are we done? Are we done? Online bidder. Fair warning now. Fair warning. At 970,000, Dwayne, it's going to be yours. Last chance for the internet bidder. But at 970, the car is sold. 970,000.
Hey everyone, I think I'm having a few microphone problems. Apologies for that. I might just be talking to myself. Assuming you can hear me, and I'm not sure whether you can or not. We're now moving on to the 2019 McLaren Senna. Now, Senna is a name that's resonating very strongly here in Abu Dhabi because we've got a fabulous ex-Ayrton Senna 1991 Formula One Grand Prix car that's going to be sold in this coming week on our sealed platform. The car he won the Brazilian Grand Prix in, and probably the most important of all the Senna racing cars that you, if you are fortunate enough, may be able to purchase. So look out for that on our website. But right now, we've got an homage to Ayrton Senna, the McLaren Senna. This is the 48th of only 500 examples built. Beautiful looking car, great specification. Another white car. We have so many white cars here. So let's see how this does.
Thank you. I've taken 500 in the room against the online bidder. I've taken 500 here, sir. 500, 600, 600. What's that? 700. Thank you. We should get this gentleman some champagne over. He's helping us out. At 700,000. Any more bids? At 700. Seated at the back. At 700. Try another, sir. Try another. Try another. Try 750. You sure? Well, at 700. I'm holding the bid. At 700, sir. Our friend at the back. 750,000. I've taken new bidder. Try another, sir. 750,000. Try 800, sir. Try it. McLaren Senna. One owner car. It's a one owner car, sir. Try 800. Try 800, sir. Well, I have 750. Try one more. At 750. Any more bids? $800,000 now at 800,000. At 800,000, seated at the back. At 800,000. At 800,000. We will get you on today, sir. You've been a great, great bidder. At 800,000. I think so. At 800,000. I think so. At 800,000. At 800,000. I'm holding your bid at the back. Any further bids? Any further bids? At 800,000. Holding your bid, sir. At 800,000. Sir, the car is on sale. The car is on sale. It's your bid. At 800,000, I will take 820 if it helps any of you, ladies and gentlemen. But the car is going to be sold at $800,000 here in Abu Dhabi. $800,000. Sir, I think we've got you on. 800,000. Sold 800,000. Your paddle number, sir? Your paddle number, sir? 800-2327. Well done. 82327. Well done. Congratulations. Moving on. Lot 414. 1988 Lamborghini Countach 25th anniversary edition. And delivered new to Germany, in fact, and displays only 9,800 kilometers from new. Here she is, iconic, really. wonderful 80s look. Telephones, Stefan, Harvey, are we all connected? Stand up, please, if we're connected. And what shall we say? What shall we say for the Countach here? For the Countach, do we have $300,000 anywhere? $300,000 anywhere? 300,000. 300 I've seated on the aisle. Thank you. On the aisle against the online bid. I've got 300. 350. Thank you. I've taken your bid, sir. 350. Would you like 400, sir? We're at 350. We're at 350. What are we doing? We're at 350. Standing at the back. Bid spotters. Have we got a bid spotter there? Please. I can't see in the crowd. We're at 350,000. Any more bids? Try another, sir. Yes? 350,000. Where's the bids? Come along, big spotters. Help me out. At 350,000. 400,000 now. 400 now. At 400. Any more bids? Any more bids at 400? Are we done at 400,000? Try another anywhere at 400,000. Telephones, what are we doing? At 400,000. Any more? What's that? 450? 450? 450 now with Kathy at 450,000. At 450,000. New bidder. Thank you, Kathy. At $450,000. At 450,000. Any more bids? 450,000. Any more bids? With Kathy's bidder, 450,000 at 450 now. You're owning it at the moment, Kathy, at 450. Any more bids at 450,000? Try 470. 470,000. Thank yous. Back in at 470,000. 470,000. Where's the bid? 490. Yes, 490,000. Thank you, sir. At 490,000. At 490,000. The car is selling. Make no mistake. At $490,000. Thank you, sir. At 490,000. Kathy, I'm going to sell at 490. 500 would be next. 500 would be next. At 490,000. Kathy, yes or no? It's only a small bid. We've got to be quicker on the small bids, team, please. At 490. It's a yes or no, please. At 490,000. It's only 500,000. Sir, keep it small for you as well, sir. 500,000. At 500,000. Are you bidding, sir? 510? 510. At 510. Kathy, nice and quick, please. 510,000 seated in the room. At 5. You're out. Thank your bidder, please, Kathy. At 510,000. The car's on sale. At 510,000. Sir, it's your car. Sold. 510,000. Your number, sir? Your number. Bid spotters, can we please, Dwayne, number, please, sir? 2378. Thank you. Thank you. Right, lot 415, the 2020 Ferrari 488 Pista Spider this time. Special series variant of the 488, Ferrari's 50th convertible model. Finished in Grigio, Silverstone, and delivered new to Kuwait. 6,200 kilometers at the time of cataloguing and serviced in September, so recently serviced. Again, sorry, ladies and gentlemen, you have to read the addendum. Please note this lot has entered the UAE on a temporary import bond, which must be cancelled either by exporting the lot outside of the UAE on improved bill of lading with supporting customs documentation, or by paying the applicable VAT and import duties to have the lot remain in the UAE. Please also note this lot will return to Kuwait immediately following the sale in order to conclude the local deregistration formalities. As such, there will be a delay to the successful bidder being able to arrange collection of the lot from our Dubai storage. Well, what shall we say? What shall we say? 300,000 anywhere. 300,000 anywhere. Where are the paddles? 300,000. I can't see. Thank you. I've seated. 300,000. 300,000. Is that a bid, sir? 350 online. 350 online. 400 now. 400 seated. Any more bids at 400? 450. Hello, young man, at 450,000. Any more bids at 450,000? Thank you. Seated bidder, 450,000. Any more bids now? Any more bids at 450,000? At 450. Any more? Ladies and gentlemen, I have the seated bidder here at 450. At 450. 500,000 online. I've taken the online bid. 500,000 online bid at 500,000. Car's on sale. Car is selling. Would you like another bid, sir? At 500,000, we're selling the car. I'll take 20. I will take 20, but we're at $500,000. Well, I'm going to sell it. I will sell the car at $500,000. Last chance to you all, but I will take a 20, but we're at $500,000. 520 online. 520 I've taken online. Almost 520 online. Any more bids? At 520,000 online bid. Are we done this time? Are we done this time? At 520,000, the online bid will take it. The car is selling. Make no mistake now. At 520,000 online bid. Fair warning to you all. At 520,000, 540,000. Well done, Cyrus. Thank you. At 540,000, we'll keep it in 20s, but we're at 540,000. Fair warning. Fair warning. At 540,000. Online bid. We're going to sell at 540,000. Last chance to you all at 540. Sold. 540,000. Online, Cyrus, well done. Well, keeps getting better, doesn't it? The 2022 Ferrari SF90 Stradale this time, commemorating 90 years of Scuderia Ferrari, and the Atelier specified in special order here. Only 2,250 kilometers from new. Single ownership from new, ladies and gentlemen. Again, we do have to read out the addendum. Please note this lot has entered the UAE on a temporary import bond, which must be cancelled either by exporting the lot outside the UAE on an improved bill of lading with supporting customs documentation, or by paying the applicable VAT and import duties to have the lot remain in the UAE. Please also note this lot will return to Kuwait immediately following the sale in order to conclude the local deregistration formalities. As such, there will be a delay to the successful bidder being able to arrange collection of the lot from our local store. So, what should we say now for the SF90 Stradale? Do we have 200,000 anywhere? 200,000 anywhere. 200,000, come along now. One owner car at 200,000. Thank you, sir. I've got your bid. There we go. The spotters are alive at 200,000. 200, thank you. Maiden bid, 200,000. 250,000. Against you now. Against you at 250. Try one more, sir. At 250 now. At 250. Against you here. I've got it on my right at $250,000. Any more bids? Any more bids at 250,000? Try another, sir. Try another. Are you bidding? Yes or no? We're at 250. Try one more. We're at 250. At 250,000. At 250,000. Any more bids, ladies and gentlemen, at 250,000? Try one more, sir. Yes or no? Can't see you. Are you bidding one more? You're saying no at 250. Fair warning now at 250,000. Fair. Are we down at 250? 250, past that one. Thank you. Thank you. Moving on. Lot 417 now. 417. 417.
So, hello everyone. I gather I'm getting lots of WhatsApp messages telling me that I am talking to myself and that my mouth's moving and there's no sound coming out. I'm really sorry about that. The perils of live commentary. I'm just here doing the talking. Sadly, I'm not doing the technology behind the scenes. But I have a new mic. Here it is. It's in my hand. Hopefully it's going to work. Next up, of course, we have one of the highlights of the sale. We have the 2006 Pagani Zonda Riviera. This is a Zonda F that has been transformed by Pagani in its Unico program. It's a unique specification. It is truly a one of one, an unbelievable specification. Too many modifications to kind of talk about in the small amount of time I have. It's a really incredible car. The estimate is $9.5 to $10.5 million. You're not going to find another one. We sometimes say that. Find another one. You will not find another one of these. So let's see how it goes. Obviously not a small amount of money for anybody to be spending on a car, but hopefully it will find a new home.
Light on the room, Tech, please. 5 million. I can't come along, Tech guys. Lighten up the room, please. I can't see. There we go. Thank you. Do we have $5 million anywhere? The online bid straight in $5 million at $5 million. 5.5 at 5.5. 6 million standing. Thank you, Miko. 6 million standing. Any more bids? 6 million. If we can just stay close there, have somebody there with the client, please, at $6 million. 6.5 million now. At 6.5. Where's the bidder? At 6.5. Any more bids? We're at 6.5 million. At $6.5 million. $7 million online. At $7 million online now. Any more bids? At $7 million. Here, the St. Regis Hotel in Abu Dhabi at $7 million. 7.5. At $7.5 million now. At $7.5 million. Any more bids? At $7.5 million. Any more? $8 million online. $8 million online now. Against you here, against you on the far left. At $8 million. At $8 million. Internet bid. At $8 million. Any further bids? At 8 million. Stefan, are we bidding? We're 8 million online bid. At 8 million online bid, ladies and gentlemen, at $8 million. The online bid is here. It's live at 8 million. What are we doing at 8 million? Any further bids? Any further bids? I'm holding the online bidder at $8 million for the Pagani. 8 million. Online bid now for the Pagani. $8 million. At 8 million. Some conversation here. Stefan's still on the phone at $8 million. 8.5 million now. At 8.5 million. Any more bids? Try another one online, but we're at 8.5 million now. At 8.5 million. Stefan's seated at 8.5. Cyrus, offer the online bidder 8.7. $9 million online. At $9 million. At $9 million with the online bidder. At $9 million. The car is on sale, ladies and gentlemen. At $9 million here in Abu Dhabi, RM Sotheby's, where the greatest cars come to be sold. At $9 million. Any more bids? I'll take 9.25 anywhere. But we're at $9 million going for the first time. At $9 million going for the second time. And at $9 million going for the third and final time, the car is sold. $9 million.
So, $9 million for the Zonda. Great to see that that's found a new home. So, really, really delighted with that. Now, an F40 is kind of a staple for an RM sale. They're not common cars, obviously, but every serious collector wants an F40 in their collection. And this is a really special car because this car was essentially Alain Prost's company car. This is a car that he took delivery of when he was a Ferrari driver. What a company car to have. It has his signature on the roof with a little piece of wrap over it to protect it. Again, it's a unique car. You're not going to find another ex-Alain Prost F40. Great opportunity. Probably the most iconic supercar of the last 30 to 40 years. So let's see how this F40 does this evening.
Or paying the applicable VAT and import duties to have the lot remain in the UAE. Please note the following accompanying items: tool set, Shadoni case, Motorsport magazine issues, Concord trophy, original front spoiler, and set of new tyres will be supplied by the vendor to the buyer after the sale, and the vendor will cover the shipping costs of all the additional items. Wonderful to have so many accessories with the Ferrari F40. Telephones coming in. Stefan's connected. Jack's connected. Kathy's connected. 2 million. Thank you, Cyrus. Straight in. $2 million I'm bid at $2 million. What's that? What? 3 million now. Straight in, Mr. Pace. 3 million at $3 million. Any more bids at $3 million? Thank you, JP. $3 million. Sorry? 3.1 million. At 3.1 million. 3.2 million. 3.2 million. 3.2. Non-cat, non-adjust. Alain Prost. 3.2. Try another, sir. Try another, sir. At 3.2, try another. 3.2, try 3.25. Helping you out, sir. Trying to help you. You sure? You're out at 3.2 here. It's on the aisle at $3.2 million. Any further bids? The car is on sale. Make no mistake. $3.2 million. Stefan, Kathy, what are we doing? You're all going to miss it. Make no mistake. At 3.2 now. At $3.2 million here. Stefan. You know what happened? $3.25 million. Stefan's bid on the telephone. 3.25, 3.3 million. 3.3 million. Any more bids at 3.3 million? $3.3 million here now. 3.325. 3.350. 3.35 million. 3.35 million. At 3.35 million. Are we done? Try another 25, Stefan. 3.4 million. Why not? He's trying to scare you away, sir. Has it worked? 3.45. It hasn't worked. At 3.45 million. At 3.45. Here for the F40 at 3.45 million now. Any further bids? $3.45 million. Well, take a good look. The iconic 90s supercar, the Ferrari F40 at 3.45 million. I'm going to call it. You've been with me all the way, sir. You're recording. You are. Thank you so much. At 3.45 million. You're out. Thank you, Stefan. Sir, at 3.45 million, the car is yours. 3.45. Well done. Congratulations. Your panel number, JP.
So the F40's found a new home at a great price. Absolutely delighted with that. Now we've got a 2015 918 Porsche 918 Weissach Spider, Weissach spec. That's what everybody wants. We sold a LaFerrari earlier, and this is the other great hybrid hypercar of the last few years. Absolutely fantastic car. This is meteor grey metallic over an onyx black leather interior with acid green accents. Really, really eye-catching car. It's equipped with an axle lift system, all sorts of optional extras. It's a very, very high spec 918. The estimate in this is $1.6 to $2 million. So let's see how it does.
900 now. 900, 1 million. 1 million. Try another. We have 1 million down. 1.1. 1.1 now. 1.1. 1.2 online. 1.2 online now. At 1.2. Try another one, sir. 1.2. 1.3. That's all online. 1.3. Any more bids? 1.3. 1.4 in the room now. At 1.4. There's 5 of you on the car at 1.4 in the room. Any more bids? At $1.4 million. At 1.4. Against the online bids. It's here in the room at 1.4 million now. At 1.4. Any further bids? Online bid at 1.4. It's in the room against the online bidder. Try one more. At $1.4 million. Well, at 1.4 million. Any more bids at $1.4 million? Try another online. Try 50 online, but we're at 1.4 million. I'll take 1.45. 1.45 for the Visac. 1.45 front row. 1.45. And as your friends over here, thank you. At 1.45 seated. Thank you. 1.45. Thank you, sir. At 1.45 against you at the back. At 1.45, Anders, your team over here. Thank you. At 1.45 million. At 1.45 million. At 1.45 million. Now I'm holding your bid. You're owning it for a moment. Visac, 1.4. 1.5 back in. 1.5. Try a small one, sir. Are you sure? Well, you're sure. At 1.5. Are you sure? Try 20. Anders, try 20. At 1.5. 1.5 and 20 online, GD. At 1.5 and 20. At 1.5 and 20. Online bid. 1.5 and 20 online bid. 1.5 and 20 online. At 1.5 and 20. At 1.5 and 20 now. At 1.5 and 20. You're out here, gents. You're out. You're out. Thank you. Thank you for your bids. At 1.5 and 20. I'm holding the online bid. I'm holding the online bid. Thank you. At 1.5 and 20. The car is on sale. At 1.5 and 20. Fair warning now. At 1.5 and 20. Sold 1.5 and 20. Thank you. Online. Online bid.
So a Porsche 918 has about 800 and just over 800 horsepower. I forget exactly, forgive me. But if 800 odd horsepower isn't enough, you need a SF90 XX Spider, because this has over 1,000 horsepower. I think that's enough for anybody, quite honestly. Only 599 examples built, developed alongside the SF90 XX Stradale, and it's the first road legal offering of the XX program that Ferrari have been running for a few years. Twin turbocharged, 4 litre. It's a V8 hybrid. As I say, over 1,000 horsepower. 0 to 100 kilometres in 2.3 seconds. Unbelievable piece of kit. The estimate on this is 1.5 to 1.9 million. Let's see how this one does.
Customs documentation, or by paying the applicable VAT and import duties to have the lot remain in the UAE. Well, what should we say? Again, XX Spider here. Do we have 800,000 anywhere? 800,000 for this magnificent Ferrari. 800, thank you. 800, I'm in. At 800, thank you, sir. At 850. At 800, 900. 900 just ahead of the online bidder. 900, 950 now. 950 in the room. It's all in the room. At 950 for the XX Spider. At 950. 1 million. Where's the bid there, Marcus? Thank you. Yeah, you got you there. 1 million now. 1 million. Thank you Thank you, Cedric. Well moved at 1 million. Any more bids? Got the bid here at $1 million in the room with Cedric Bootson at 1 million. Not going to say it, Jack. At 1 million now. Any more bids? 1.1. Back in. New bidder. 1.1. At 1.1 million. Try another, Cedric, at 1.1 million. Are we done at 1.1? Are we going to try another one, or are we out at 1.1? Any further bids? 1.1 million I have at 1.1 now. 1.2. New bidder again. 1.2 online. Are you coming in? You're saying no, Cedric? You're saying no. Well, thank your bidder. Do thank him. Say thank you very much at 1.2. At 1.2 million. Fair warning now to you all at 1.2 million. Fair warning. Try one more. Are we done at 1.2 online? Are we all out? Where's the bid? One moment, one moment. Oh, thank you for that, Anders. At 1.2 million. Are we done? Thank you. Pass that one. 1.2. Thank you, Anders. Lot 421, the Aston Martin has been withdrawn. Moving on to lot 422. The 2023 Ferrari 812 Competizione this time. Only 999 coupe examples of the Ferrari 812 built. Tailor-made specification. Matte Bianco Italia Opaco. Delivered new to the Middle East via Kuwait. Only 486 kilometers from new. Again, the addendum, I do have to say it, do bear with me. Please note this lot has entered the UAE on a temporary import bond, which must be cancelled either by exporting the lot outside of the UAE on an approved bill of lading, with supporting customs documentation, or by paying the applicable VAT and import duties to have the lot remain in the UAE. Please also note this lot will return to Kuwait immediately following the sale in order to conclude the registration formalities. As such, there will be a delay to the successful bidder being able to arrange collection of the lot from our store. Well, take a good look. Isn't she magnificent? I love that colour combination. And interest coming in with me at 700, 750, 800, all with me. At 800,000, I'm bid. At 800,000. 850, thank you. I've taken the bid. 900 here. 1 million? 1 million! That's showing them who's boss. At 1 million here. Any more bids? At 1 million, I'm bid. 1 million and 50? Thank you, Marcus. 1 million and 50 now. 1 million and 50. Try another one, sir. 1 million and 50 seated here. 1 million and 50. He's getting the calculator out at 1 million and 50. Any more bids? 1.1. Marcus, we're keeping you busy now. At 1.1 million. Keep it in 50s for you, sir. We're at 1.1 million. Keep it in 50s for you. 1.1 million. Any more bids? There's two of you here with Marcus, with both bidders. At 1.1 million. 1.15. Thank you, sir. 1.15. Marcus, it's against your two bidders. 1.15 in the on my aisle here. I've got you. You haven't bought it yet, sir. 1.15. At 1.15 million. I'm holding your bid at 1.15 million now. At 1.15 million. What are we doing? At 1.15 million. Marcus, are you bidding? Marcus, the chap behind you, I think he's getting your attention. Marcus, the chap behind you. At 1.15 million. Is he bidding? Is he bidding, Marcus? 1.15. At 1.15. Yes? Try another? Try another? I'm holding your bid, sir. You own it for a moment. Is it your colour? Do you like it? 1.15. At 1.15. It's here with you. At 1.15. At 1.15. You're out. You're both saying no at the back. You sure? Do you want to try a smaller one? But we're at 1.15 million. Thank you. At 1.15. I'm holding your bid. I'm holding your bid. At 1.15, the car's on sale, ladies and gentlemen. We're selling the car. At 1.15 million. At 1.15 million, the car is selling. Are you bidding? What? Yes? 1.2? 1.175. 1.175 is the next increment. 25s, yes? 1.175. 1.175. New bidder in the room. 1.175. 1.2 million. $1.2 million. Try another 25, sir. The car is selling. Make no mistake. A $1.2 million. Try another one. A 1.2. Fair warning now. A $1.2 million. I'll take 25 if it helps you. But a 1.2 million. The car is... So you're distracting him. He's got to hold a paddle up at the moment. A 1.2 million. Sold a 1.2 million. Your paddle number, 2361. Well done. 2361. 2361. Working out how to get it going over here. Not many to go, ladies and gentlemen. Not many to go. And, well, lot 423 this time. The 2015 Ferrari 458 Speciale. A open top edition of the Track Focus 458 Speciale. Limited to just 499. Yes, sir. He loves it. Giving the game away. In blue Abu Dhabi is the colour. Presented in blue Abu Dhabi. It's a Ferrari colour. Delivered new to Spain and accompanied by its owner's guides and warranty card. Please note the lot has entered the UAE on temporary import bond, which must be cancelled either by exporting the lot outside of the UAE on an improved bill of lading with supporting customs documentation, or by paying the applicable VAT and import duties to have the lot remain in the UAE. Ladies and gentlemen, this is no reserve. No reserve is basically it sells for what it sells. There's no reserve. Telephones coming in. Lots of telephones, looks like. And what shall we say? Do we have 400,000 anywhere? 400,000. Thanks. 500 online. 500. Where's the bid? 500. 600. 600,000. 600. We weren't hanging around there, were we? At 600,000. 650. Anders is in versus Dwayne at 650,000. Any more bids at 650? Anders is in the lead. At 650,000, 700,000 I've taken online. A 750 now. A 750. Any more bids? A $750,000. A $750,000. 775. There we go, Kathy. At 775,000. At 775. Are we done? At $800,000. At 800,000. 800,000. Are we done? At 800,000. The car's on sale. It's no reserve. At 800,000. I will take another 25, Kathy, but we've got to speed you along. At $800,000. At 800,000. Sorry, try 25 online. It's at 800,000 with your bidder. It's your bidder, Cyrus. Kathy's seated. Kathy's out. At 800,000. Gavel's up. Going to sell at 800,000. 825 online. 825 online. You online bidder, you owned it for a moment. At $825,000 online bid. Are we done again this time? At 825. 850 would be next to the online bidder, but we are going to sell at $825,000. This time, the car is sold. 825,000.
Okay, so although the next lot, although not the most valuable car in the sale, it has very much been the star of Collectors Week here in Abu Dhabi, because if you've been following RM Sotheby's or Sotheby's on Instagram, you would probably have seen the star of the recent F1 movie with Brad Pitt, the co-star Damson Idris, driving this car in a promotional film. Fabulous car, 2006 Lamborghini Murci&eacute Roadster. It is one of only 36 US market first generation cars with a manual 6-speed box. One of the last great manual box Lamborghinis. It's only done 18,000 kilometers. It's not massive mileage. It makes it a very usable car. It's just had a major service which has been conducted at in excess of 100,000 AED over here in the Middle East. Great car, and because Mr. Damson Idris has driven it, it is a little piece of auction history. So let's see how it does.
350,000. 350,000. Keeping it. Where's the bid? 375. Thank you. Duccio's having it. 400. 400 with Jack at 400. Another 25, Duccio. 425 I've taken here, Cedric. 425. There's 3 of you on it. 425 here. 450. 450 left. 475. At 475. Any more bids at 475? Thank you. 500,000 I took from Jack, just ahead of you, sir. Just ahead of you at 500,000 on the telephone. Would you like 525 anywhere? 525. Duccio, your client, your bidder. 525. Any more bids at $525,000? Jack's out. Thank you, Jack. At 525. What are we doing down here? Try 550? Try 550. 550,000. 550,000. You're saying no this time. Well, thank your bidder, Cedric. Do thank your bidder. At 550,000. Fair warning. Duccio's ahead at 550,000. Are we done? Ladies and gentlemen, the car is on sale. Make no mistake. At 550,000. It's you. 575,000. He's putting 575,000. Any more bids at 575,000? Well, sir, the bid's here. Any more now at 575? I'm going to sell. Duccio, yes or no? We're at 575. You're going to let it go? I'm selling it over here. It's 575 over here. Try 600. Well, thank you. At 575. Sir, your car, 575. Well done. Congratulations. Your number? Sir, your paddle number? 2005. Well, moving on now. Again, Ferrari this time. 2016 Ferrari 458 Speciale. Delivered new to Bahrain via official marque dealer Euro Motors. Only 2,169 kilometers from new. Recent service in September this year. It's no reserve, ladies and gentlemen. It's no reserve. No reserve. What should we say? 200,000? 200,000 anywhere. Online. Thank you, Cyrus. 200 I've taken. 250? 250. 250 in the room against 300 with Dwayne. 300. Where's the bid? 350? 350? Yes. Yes or no? 350 online. 350 online. Any more bids? I have 350 online. 380. Thank you, Mr. Donaldson. At 380,000. Are we done? 308. 400. 400 I've taken online. Just ahead of you at 400,000. It's no reserve. It's selling all the way. At 400,000. I'll keep it in 20s, though, if it helps you, sir. At 400,000. 420? Well done, Dwayne. 420. He's getting the hang of this. At 420,000. Any more bids at 420? I'll keep it in 20s. We'll keep it in 20s. We're at 420 with Dwayne, Cyrus. 440 would be next. At where's the bid? 440. New bidder, 440,000. At 440,000. Any more bids? Any more bids? I've got your bid over here, sir, seated. 440,000. Are we done? Are we done? At 440,000. 450, but we'll keep it in 10s for you as well, so same courtesy to you. Same courtesy. At 450, I will take another 10, but we're at 450. We have to do the best for our sellers. At 450,000. Try another, sir. Try one more 10. Thank you very much. At 450,000 with Dwayne selling the car. Last chance. You're going to miss it. At 450, your car. 450. Dwayne, your number 2051. 2051. And lot 426 now, 426, 1995 Porsche 911 Carrera RS. Only 1,100 examples, or 1,004 examples of the 993 generation Carrera RS. Factory finish with stunning midnight blue paintwork, 6-speed manual, delivered originally to Japan. And what shall we say? Telephones coming in, Harvey and Nick. Harvey and Nick, thank you, you're connected. Well, thank you very much. 200 online bid, 200 online bid, straight in, 200 online bid now. Any more? 200, 250 in the room now, at 250, at 250. Sorry? 300. Kathy, she's always causing chaos on the desks at 300,000. Any more bids at 300,000? At 300,000. Any more now at 300,000? At 320,000. 320,000 against you, Kathy. At 320 against you, Kathy. Try another. Try another. Oh, careful, Dwayne. You almost lost your ankle there. At 320. Try another one, Kathy. At 320,000. At 320,000. At 320,000, holding the bid. At 320,000. Any more? You're out. Try a small one. Kathy, try a very small one. Give him a chance. At 320. You sure? Oh, you're bidding? Can't. At 320,000. At 320. At 320 now. At 320. Well, at 320. Kathy, have a word. Kathy, have a word with Harvey, please. At 320. Any more bids at 320? Thank you. Pass at 320. Thank you.
So next up, we've got a very interesting car, the 2021 Bentley Bacalar. Now, if you want to own a car that, if you take it for a night out or a weekend away or to a car meet, and you can pretty much guarantee that you will not see another car like the one that you're driving, this is the car for you, because this is the fifth of only 12 cars constructed. The rarest two-door Bentley of the modern era. Absolutely incredible looking car. Now, these were extraordinarily expensive when they were new. As you can imagine, this is a very, very low volume, handcrafted car from Bentley. This is only done just over 1,000 kilometers. And again, you know, if you want to buy one, find another. There are very few of these cars in the world, so something very special. It's attracted an awful lot of attention here. This car has been living in Monaco. It's found its way over here to Abu Dhabi. So let's see how it does.
Who's our Bentley enthusiasts here in the room? Do we have 500,000 anywhere? 500,000. 500,000 anywhere. 500,000. Thank you. Taking the bid. 500 I'm bid. 500. Any more now? Any more? 500, 600, 600 now, 600. Any more bids for the Bentley? At 600 I have, at 600,000. Any more? 600, at 600 now, 600, 700 online, well done, 700, 750 back in the room against the online bidder, 750 back in the room, 750, the room takes it, at 750, try another one online. At 750,000 for this magnificent Bentley. Try one more. We're at 750 here. Online, try one more. We're at 750. We will not find you another. Only 12 built of the magnificent Bentley Bacalar. One owner from new. One owner from new. We're at 750. I'll take another bid anywhere at 750,000. At 750,000. 775 GD. 775. Online bid. A 775. What do I do at 775? I think we've got a 775 online bid. Yes. 775,000. The car is on sale. The car is on sale at 775. Make no mistake. The car is selling at 700. I know, at 775,000. At 775,000. I'll take 25 anyway, but the car is selling, ladies and gentlemen. $2 million new, by the way, at 775,000. I'll take 25 anywhere, but at $775,000, the car is sold. 775.
Well, actually, for a car that cost $2 million when it was new, perhaps a little bit of a bargain. Now, if you were here right at the beginning, I said a little bit about the Triple Crown offering with McLaren. The three cars are coming up now. I'm not going to say much because we've got a very special video from Zak Brown, CEO of McLaren, and somebody else, Mark Norris, Director of Trackside Operations at McLaren Racing, who's about to come up on stage. And the Zak video and Mark will explain a little bit more about what this incredible project is all about.
Good evening. It's great here to represent the McLaren Formula One team here tonight on a very, very special occasion. At McLaren, we are proud of our motorsport history and are the only team who have ever won the Triple Crown. That's winning the Indy 500, the Monaco Formula One Grand Prix, and also the Le Mans 24-hour race. And tonight, the auction is to give you an opportunity to purchase something very, very unique. And that is to bid to have the 2026 Formula One car that is driven of your choice for either Lando Norris or Oscar Piastri from the Monaco Grand Prix from next year. To bid on Pato Awards 2026 Indy 500 car, and to also bid against our 2027 World Endurance car that we will race at Le Mans in 2027. So I say a unique opportunity and something that has never been offered before. And without further ado, just to round up that, I'd like to show you a quick video from our CEO, Mr. Zak Brown.
Hi, I'm Zak Brown, CEO of McLaren Racing, and we are delighted to have worked with RM Sotheby's to offer this incredible trio of cars in what is a totally unique and unprecedented auction offering. Right now, you have the opportunity to bid on three incredible McLaren racing cars. All three have yet to be raced. You can bid on our 2026 Formula One Challenger, the Indy 500 car, which Pato Award will drive, and of course our 2027 World Endurance Championship Challenger for the very first car. These cars represent the cutting edge of motorsport technology, and each will be driven by some of the most accomplished racing drivers of the era. You can choose whether the Formula One car you buy today is driven by Lando Norris or Oscar Piastri during the 2026 season. Furthermore, each car comes with an incredible package of VIP benefits, we will welcome you, the buyer, into the McLaren family where you can participate in a range of exciting events and hospitality opportunities. Good luck.
Thank you. Happy bidding.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming away from the circuit as well. And good luck to McLaren for, well, they've already cemented their second Constructors' Championship in a row. And we do wish Lando and Oscar good luck on Sunday to see if we can add the Drivers' Championship to the McLaren stable. Good luck. You do have to get past that troublesome Verstappen, though. So let's see what happens. We're all going to be watching on Sunday. And just to say, for all three cars, I won't read it out for each one. I'll read out just the addendum for all three cars. So bear in mind if you are participating. These lots may be subject to VAT and other duties or taxes, depending on the actual delivery location where you are in the world of the lot to the successful bidder, and dependent upon the successful bidder's country of importation. All the responsibility for the successful bidder to determine. RM Sotheby's will collect the full buyer's premium plus VAT and 25% of the hammer price in accordance with the payment terms. All future payments will be invoiced by the consignor, McLaren, directly to the successful bidder, including any applicable VAT duties or other taxes upon delivery. Well, there's not much more I can add. We've heard from Zach, the team principal at McLaren, or CEO at McLaren, the 2026 Arrow McLaren IndyCar Team Dallara Chevrolet DW12, and what shall we say? $200,000 anywhere. $200,000 for the IndyCar. $200,000 anywhere for the whole McLaren experience. Thank you, Stefan. 200,000 I'm bid. At 200,000 I'm bid. Any more now? At 200,000 for the IndyCar. At 200,000, 250,000. 250,000. You'll have some fun at Indianapolis at 250,000. Sorry, 300? 300. You're about to become a part of the McLaren family, sir, at 300,000. Try another. Try 350. What an experience. Think about the experience. And you own the car. Try 350. Try 350. Try another, sir. Yes or no? We're at 300 with Stefan, at 300,000, at 350,000 with Mr. Olsen, at 350,000. For the first of the 400,000. For the first of the Triple Crown, at 400,000. The cars are selling, make no mistake. It's already on sale at 400,000, at 450,000. 450,000. At 450, 500,000. At 500,000. Are we done? At 500,000. At 500,000, it's all on the phones. The IndyCar, the McLaren IndyCar going first off the Triple Crown at $500,000. I will begin to call it. I'll take 525 if it helps, but we're at $500,000. Thank you, Mr. Olsen, at 525. At 525. At 550. At 550 now. 575. 575. 600,000. At 600,000. 650,000. At 650,000. Any further? 675, Stefan. At 675,000. For the IndyCar, 675,000. McLaren, you'll be going to the 2026 Indianapolis 500, a part of the McLaren family at $675,000. At $675,000. Gavel's up. At 675 now. Stefan, you're in the lead. Andrews wants a little bit of thinking time. 700,000. At 700,000. At 700,000. Are we done? $700,000. 725. For the IndyCar, 725. Mr. Olsen, your turn. At 725,000. Well, at 725. Andrew, I'm going to call it now. He's going to call it. You're telling the client what's he saying. At 725. Going for the first. 750. 750,000. At 750,000. Stefan, what are we doing? At 750. For the IndyCar. At 750. Are we done? Are we done? At 750,000. 750,000. No, 750,000. We're going to sell. We are sold 750,000. 2034. Well done, Andrew. 2034. Well, ladies and gentlemen, first time in my career where I've sold to sell a Formula One car from next season. The McLaren Formula One team MCL40A. Look at this. Offered directly from McLaren Formula One team. 10-time Constructors World Champions. And, well, you can choose. Do you want Lando Norris or do you want Oscar Piastri? What an experience. What an opportunity. Unique, ladies and gentlemen. And do we have $6 million anywhere? At $6 million anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, at 6 million, thank you. 6 million, I'm bid at $6 million. At 6 million, thank you. At 6 million, 6.5. At 6.5. 7 million online. 8.9 million. Thank you, Brian. At 8.9 million. And Gord wanted drama at 8.9 million. At 8.9 million. With you, Brian. At 8.9 million. Interesting bid at $8.9 million. At $8.9 million. At 8.9 million. On the telephones here with Brian at 8.9 million. Specific bid at 8.9 million. Any more bids? Any more bids at 8.9 million? Online bidder, you coming? 9 million. $9 million, ladies and gentlemen, for the Formula One car. At $9 million. At $9 million now. Any more bids at $9 million? Will you go for Lando or Oscar, sir? At $9 million. Any further bids? Ladies and gentlemen, Brian, what are we doing? At 9 million. Huh? At 9 million. At $9 million, and next season's Formula One car is on sale. It's on sale at $9 million. Any further offers, ladies and gentlemen? 9.2. $9.2 million. Keep it in 200s, Brian, at the back. 9.2 million with Anders. Keep it in 200s at 9.2 million. Are you going for Lando or Oscar? Lando. He's going for Lando. 9.2 million. At 9.2 million. Seated here at the St. Regis in Abu Dhabi with RM Sotheby's at $9.2 million. Seated here in the front row, or second row, at $9.2 million. What an experience. Unique opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. It's selling. The car is selling, make no mistake. At $9.2 million, I will begin to call the car. 9.3? 9.3, 9.4, 9.3, 9.4, 9.5, 9.5. There is 3 of you on it at 9.5. They're both 9 points. They came at the same time at 9.5 million. What an experience. You'll be part of the McLaren family at 9.5 million. And at the end, you get the car. It's yours at $9.5 million. At 9.5 here now, ladies and gentlemen, at 9.5. Any more bids at 9.5? At 9.5. Gavels up. At 9.5 million. 9.6 million. 9.7 million. 9.7 million. $10 million. Try Try 250. 10,100,000. Sorry? 10.1 million. Was that a bid over there, or was somebody getting a bit overexcited? At 10.1 million. At 10.1 million. You'll have so much fun, sir. At 10.1 million. I'm quite jealous. At 10.1 million. Here at 10.1. Again, the gavel's up. At 10.1 million, going for the first time. 10.2. You said that the last time, sir. This time you mean it. Try one more. Just try one more. Are you sure? Well, you've been a great bidder. Anders, thank your bidder. A McLaren fan at 10.2 million. Are you sure? We won't offer this experience again. Are you sure? At 10.2 million with Brian's bidder. You're saying no here, Mr. P. At 10.2 million, the car is sold at 10.2 million. Your number? Sorry, Brian. 2058. Thank you very much. And well, the last of the Triple Crown. And a huge thank you to McLaren for working with us on this project. And thank you to our teammate Gus, who is not with us at the moment. We are all thinking of you, Gus, in Paris at the moment. The 2027 McLaren United ASWEC Hypercar Team WEC example here. And what shall we say? 4 million? 4 million anyway? 4 million anyway. Thank you. 4 million I have. At 4 million, take maiden bid at 4 million. 4.5. Thank you, Mr. D. At 4.5. At 4.5 with Mark at 4.5 million. Any more bids at 4.5 million? At 4.5 million. 5? 6? That's 6 million. $6 million here. Thank you. Cars on sale at $6 million here now. At $6 million. Are you out? Mark, Mr. Donaldson's out. Brian's sitting down. 6.1? 6.1. 6.5. 6.5. He's trying to scare you, sir. At 6.5 million. At 6.5 million now. At 6.5 million. Any more bids at 6.5? At 6.5 million, it's here. 6.6? 6.6. You owned the experience for a moment, sir. 6.6. Against you. At 6.6. Think of the fun. 7.5? Oh, 6.75. 6.75. You had me going there, sir. So you had the whole room going. At 6.75 million. At 6.75 million. At 6.75, I will call it. Sir, you're saying no. At 6.75 million. This is the opportunity. Last chance now. At 6.75 million. The car is sold at 6.75.
Well, okay, that's the Triple Crown concluded, and I think that is an amazing result. An absolutely unique opportunity for people to buy cars that haven't even been constructed yet, and that they can see racing in forthcoming seasons. Absolutely amazing. I think McLaren are going to be delighted with that. We're delighted with that, and absolutely fantastic. Next up, we have the Gordon Murray T50. Now, this is the first time that one of these cars has ever come to public auction. It is the spiritual successor to the McLaren F1 road car. We've spent a lot of time with Gordon Murray over the last few weeks, with him talking about how he came to design the T50. He wanted to take all of the elements of the McLaren F1 that made it the absolute benchmark for hypercars, but using modern technology, modern materials, just, improve. If the McLaren F1 road car could be improved, the T50 is perhaps a slightly better car in some respects because it takes advantage of modern materials, modern technology. If you've ever heard one of these engines running, it is absolutely unbelievable. No modern hypercar sounds like this. It sounds like a Formula One car. They are incredible things. So here we go. The first time one of these has ever been offered at public sale. It is going to be followed by a McLaren F1. So let's see how this does, and let's see how the F1 does afterwards.
Well done, Harvey. 4.5 million. 4.5 million. Any more bids at 4.5 million? Any more bids at 4.5 million with Harvey's bidder at 4.5 million? Any further offers, ladies and gentlemen? I have Harvey's bid at 4.5. Any further bids at 4.5 million now? At 4.5 million. 4.75 online. 4.75 online. At 4.75. At 4.75 million. At $4.75 million. Harvey, at $4.75 million. Online bid. At 4.75 million. At 4.75, gents, what are we doing? At 4.75 million. At 4.75, it's holding the online bid here. I'm holding the bid at 4.75 million, thank you. At 4.75, it's an online bid. At 4.75 million. At 4.75 million. We are holding the bid. Online, 4.75 million. Harvey, what are we doing? He's still on the phone at 4.75 million. I've got it, 4.75. The car is on sale. $5 million. $5 million now. Selling all the way at $5 million. Any more bids? It's all online at $5 million. The car is on sale. Make no mistake. At $5 million for the first publicly offered Gordon Murray T50. Well, thank you, team. Good to see you all in there. At $5 million going for the first time. At $5 million going for the second time. And at $5 million going for the third and final time, the car is sold at $5 million.
Okay, so the T50 is sold. Very, very happy with that result. There we go. Now we know what a GMA T50 is worth at auction. Very happy with that. And now we have the McLaren F1. Very unusual in white, this McLaren F1. Very much the star of the show. This car was originally delivered to the Brunei royal family. It was originally delivered in yellow. It was then subsequently repainted by McLaren in white. It has the GTR high downforce kit on it. It's an incredible specification. It's a really remarkable car. These cars rarely come to public auction. So, you know, tonight is the night to buy, for some lucky buyer to own one of the most important hypercars of the last 100 years. These cars really are perhaps, let's say, the spiritual successor to the Ferrari 250 GTO in terms of being the most iconic sports car of the modern era, the car that really defines the pinnacle of sports car technology and development, and of course a car that won Le Mans in race trim. Let's see how it does.
There's 3 of you on it. 11 million. Try another one. 11 million. Try another one, sir. 12 million. 13 million. At 13 million. Any more bids? 14 million. At 14 million now. 15 million. 16 million. At 16 million. At 17 million online. At 17 million online. 18 million. 18 million now. At $18 million. At $18 million. 18 million now. 18.5. 18.5. 18.5. At 18.5 million. $19 million, ladies and gentlemen. At $19 million. Andrew's telephone. 0.5 will be next. 19.5. Andrew, you know what comes next. At 19.5. $20 million here in Abu Dhabi at $20 million. Any further bids? At $20 million. At $20 million. 5 would be next. 20,500,000 would be next. 20,500,000 would be next. 20,500,000 is bid. 20,500,000 at 20,500,000 now. At 20,500,000, $21 million. At $21 million. The car is selling, of course. The car is selling, of course, at 21.5. 21.5 for the McLaren F1 here with RM Sotheby's at 21,500,000. At 21,500,000. What do we do? At 21,500,000 with Jack's bidder. At 21,500,000. $22 million, ladies and gentlemen. At $22 million. At $22 million here. Take a good look. At $22 million. At $22 million. Here a collect 22 million point 5. 22.5 million. 22.5 million. 22,500,000 here at Collectors Week here in Abu Dhabi. You're saying no? At 22,500,000. Do thank your bidder. Let's see if we can find him another one. At 22,500,000 going for the first time here in Abu Dhabi. At 22,500,000 going here for the second time in Abu Dhabi. And at 22,500,000 going for the third and final time in Abu Dhabi by RM Sotheby's. The car is sold!
So, $22.5 million plus buyer's premium, I hasten to add. That is a world record, ladies and gentlemen. What an incredible result. What an incredible auction here in Abu Dhabi for Collectors Week. Thank you so much for joining us. Sorry about my microphone problems. I hope that didn't upset you too much. But it's been an amazing evening. We've had some incredible results. Thank you to the Abu Dhabi Investment Office for making all of this possible. Thank you for joining us. I hope you've enjoyed it. That's it for 2025. We'll be back in 2026 with a complete year of sales on both sides of the Atlantic. Please keep in touch with us, visit the website, keep track with everything that we've got going on. Thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of your day, and thank you for joining us in Abu Dhabi. Goodbye.